Nearly 5 months into the war, several Ukrainian politicians and many civilians have alleged that Russia has subjected them to forced detention and, in some cases, torture, the BBC has cited United Nations officials as saying. Among the testimonies quoted include that of Oleg Pilipenko, the chief of the Shevchenkivska United Territorial Community in southern Ukraine, who was arrested by Russians near Kherson along with his driver. They didn't touch my driver. They were interrogating only me. They used physical violence, electric currents, and poured cold water over me during freezing temperatures outside. I had frostbite on my feet, damaged ribs, as well as internal organ damage, Pilipenko told the BBC. While the Russian Ministry of Defense did not yet comment on the claims, the BBC has further reported on claims of mass detentions and civilian murder in Mariupol, as well as targeting of those suspected of having links to Ukrainian military or security services. President Volodymyr Zelensky's Thursday night address focused on labeling Russia as a terrorist state after it committed a missile attack on the city of Vinnytsia further away from the front lines, killing over 20 people. A girl is among the dead today in Vinnytsia. She was 4 years old. Her name was Lisa. The child was 4 years old. Her mother is in critical condition. Russia ended the girl's life just at the time when a conference on Russian war crimes was taking place in the Netherlands, in The Hague. A conference where it was decided what should be done to ensure that every Russian military is punished. Can you think of any other terrorist organization that would allow itself such audacity? To kill just at the moment when its previous crimes are the subject of international discussion, Zelensky said. As for the Russian side and its collaborators, the state-run media outlet TASS reported on Thursday that the conquered parts of Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia Oblast will hold a referendum later this year to join Russia. I have received numerous requests from labor forces, trade union organizations, and public activists requesting to determine the status of our region as soon as possible. Being in charge of the military-civilian administration, I made a decision to organize a referendum in early autumn. All organizational mechanisms are currently being finalized, the region's Russia-backed head Yevgen Balitsky said. Meanwhile, on the supply chains front, Turkey announced earlier this week that it had brokered a deal between Ukraine, Russia, and the UN in order to resume the export of grains from Ukraine's Black Sea ports, according to The Guardian. The announcement was welcomed by both Zelensky and UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, though there remains a long road ahead. More than 20 million tons of Ukrainian grain are stuck in silos at the Black Sea port of Odessa, and dozens of ships have been stranded due to Russia's blockade. Clinching a deal to unblock exports is seen as vital for food security, notably among developing nations, and for stabilizing markets, the Guardian report added. For The Print, this is Raghav Bikhchandani. For more, log on to theprint.in and follow us on social media.